Hi, I'm Tricia, and welcome to part 2 of 10 common mistakes in English pronunciation for Indian speakers. This is part 2. Non-aspirating P, T, and K. Indian speakers sometimes say P, T, and K, or hard C, without a puff of air, which can make the word harder to understand. In English, these sounds are aspirated when they're at the start of a syllable. To aspirate a sound means you release a puff of air as you pronounce it. For example, if an Indian speaker doesn't aspirate the P in pat, it can sound a little like bat, and that sometimes makes it hard to understand. Tip: go through words with P, T, and K and put your hand in front of your mouth while reading them out loud. There should be air hitting your hand every time. So let's try. Come on, get your hand out. Come on. Paper, paper, town, town, king, king, cookie, cookie, peel. You can feel it. Inserting vowels into consonant clusters. Consonant clusters consist of 2 or more consonants that are next to each other in a word. English has plenty of words with consonant clusters, such as string, salt, and tree. These aren't as common in Indian languages, so Indian speakers can find them awkward to pronounce. As a result, they might insert an extra vowel saying string, salat, and tari instead. And no, keep them together. Pick a word with a consonant cluster that you're having difficulty with. Isolate the consonant cluster, then practice saying the 2 consonant sounds separately. If you choose TR, you would say T and R on their own first. T, R. Now try to connect them. It's okay to have a lag in between at first. T, R, t, R. Keep saying them until you get faster and the lag vanishes. Tr, tr, tree. Let's practice. St, st, star. Fr, fr, fry. Sp, sp, space. Fastest, fastest. Cold, cold. Not hearing the differences between vowels. Indian languages don't distinguish between short vowels and long vowels, so Indian speakers can easily mix these up, and they may not even be able to tell similar vowel sounds apart. Some word pairs that can be challenging at first include pen versus pain and men versus man. Indian speakers can also have a hard time pronouncing the short A in words like cat and answer. Focus tip on one vowel pair at a time. You can check out minimal pairs, which are words that are pronounced almost the same except for one vowel sound. Here are some examples. Alternatively, look up the pronunciations of word pairs like men and man in a dictionary app and replay the audio for each word so you can train your ears to hear the difference. Less, lace. Less, lace. Fell, fall. Fell, fall. Ply, ploy. Ply, ploy. Seen, sign. Seen, sign. Stressing the wrong syllable. This is one of the most impactful pronunciation mistakes. If you stress the wrong syllable, the other person might not get which word you're trying to say right away. Compared to English, Hindi has much more regular word stress, so Indian speakers can get confused when the word stress changes across similar words. For example, develop stresses the second syllable, but development stresses the third one. When you learn a new word in English for reading, don't assume that you know where the word stress is. It can be unpredictable. Consult a dictionary app and then pronounce the word while making sure to put the stress on the right syllable. Photo, photographer. Photo, photographer. Necessary, necessary. Internet, internet. Interrupt, interrupt. Overly melodic intonation. Going beyond the pronunciation of individual words, there's also intonation to consider. In particular, Hindi doesn't have the same melody as English. The pitch rises and falls much more often in Hindi, so it sounds more melodic. On the other hand, with English, you only raise the pitch for the most important words of a sentence. If you accidentally apply the Hindi intonation to English, you'll end up raising your pitch too much and it can sound rushed or confusing. When asking questions, Hindi speakers also tend to have a falling intonation towards the end, so they might seem like they're making a statement instead. And you need to go up. When you ask a question, your voice inflection needs to go up. Go over the basic sentence stress rules in English, then put them into practice by reading sentences out loud while emphasizing only the key words. This might feel unnatural at first, but you'll gradually pick it up. To get an idea of what your own intonation sounds like, you can also record your voice while you're imitating an English video or podcast. Conclusion: mastering any new sound in English comes in stages. The first is being able to identify it when you hear it. At the next stage, you can pronounce the sound, but you have to put it in a lot of effort. Eventually, pronouncing it becomes so natural that it becomes an automatic part of how you speak English. You can think of it as a skill. Whichever aspect of your pronunciation you want to work on, it'll take less and less effort as you get more practice with it. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope this helps. I hope that you can improve your pronunciation. I'm Tricia. I have one-on-one classes, also group classes. I have a website. You can check it out all below. I hope you subscribe, like, and see you next time. Bye-bye.